this is beyond heaven. I'm like so high right now. So the incredible evidence of then in this reality, since the minute that you walked in and I was here, has been phenomenal. So there's so much that I want to ask, but I think that as I start talking to you, you kind of guide me whatever I go off, because it's very easy for me to come into this place.
Well, we're happy to guide you, but we want to insert something really briefly here, and that is whenever someone says, I have so much that I want to talk about, we want to say to you that there are just a handful of things that you're wanting to know which you do know. And now, knowing what you know and understanding that you can pose any question to the universe, and then any question that you pose will be answered, it's sort of like we only have one answer, and that answer is tend to your point of attraction and let the universe yield to you whatever it is you're asking for. It sort of reduces the everything that I want to talk about down to what is it that I want to focus upon in this moment, and how do I want to be surprised and delighted by the universal forces and the fairies of the universe and the consequences of my alignment right here and right now. Doesn't it? Aren't you sort of at the place where you understand that all potential is there for you, and don't you just want to focus upon whatever it is that will please you in a satisfying way in this moment in terms of discussion? There are no problems to solve because every problem is solvable. There are really no questions to answer because every question is answerable. There's just, how am I going to delight myself with co-creative experience right here and now? That's what we want you to begin to feel about your life. Happy to talk to you about whatever you want to talk about, but that's the basis of everything. You don't need us in this format in order to have answers to everything. You could wake up in the morning and you could identify something that you have a slight or intense interest about, and you could say, I'm looking forward to the way this will be revealed to me today, and endless ways of the revelation of that will come to you once you're in that place of expecting it to come.
Yes. So to me, it's like this. In this higher place, I know everything you're saying, and I'm with you 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
So I think right now, pick up the human part of me, the part that sometimes go
So
off.
that begs the only question, how can I stay here? And the answer is
Yeah.
you can't, which begs another question, well, how can I be there more often? Which brings the answer, we'll do it first thing in the morning, which begs the question, what if I fall off the disc? Which brings the answer, it doesn't matter. So how can I do more of this by recognizing how much of it you are doing?
Yes. And I'm 1,000,000,000% here, right? But I can't pass this moment, with you here. I gotta go somewhere that is not that, because that it's easy. It's like,
But that's the thing that we want you to stop caring about. We want you to not care about the next moment, only this one. Because this is the moment where all of your options and only your options apply. This is the moment where you choose the disc. And this is the moment where you focus and see what having chosen that disc brings you. This is the moment of satisfaction. This is the moment of intellectual stimulation. This is the moment of fun. This is the moment of the feeling of worthiness. This is the moment of the feeling of pride and clarity and alignment. This is the moment. This is the moment. There isn't anything beyond this moment ever. It's always this moment. So this moment's affected by the disc I have chosen, but it's really only affected by the disc I am choosing. That's the thing that we want you to begin focusing on. The disc I am choosing now. How do I choose to feel now? In some ways, we're sort of taking this away from the physical world in which you are accustomed to living. And so let's bring it back. What do you think would be the most satisfying conversation? We asked this of our previous friend. What is the most satisfying conversation that you would like to experience right here and now?
how then from this moment that I'm so high, I'm so satisfied that things are manifesting by the second. In manifestation, I'm not taking tangible, but from the thought, it's going like this. How then you're asking me, you're telling me the most satisfying, that I want more and more and more of this and remaining.
So when you feel as you feel and you're in this place and you want more and more and more, then you milk this moment. So you get more specific in this moment. So one way would be to become as descriptive as you can of what you're feeling. So offer some words. You've offered some good ones. I like this feeling. I want to keep it going. I like to feel the empowerment that is me. I would like to feel this force field around me. I would like to be a catalyst to assist others in finding it. You just milk it. You just focus there and milk it.
Okay. So, then comes something. Sometimes I do extremely well in manifesting too when I give up the specific and the general, and I just go, it's not going to go, and it's not going to happen. Let's say, which is what I did when coming here. I want it, and I go like this. Boom.
But what you're talking about there, what you're demonstrating there, is that in the absence of efforting, or in the presence of faith or belief or expectation or knowing that it is going to work out, then you don't actually introduce any resistance into the equation, and then what you want manifests in the moment.
Is what you say, when I don't do that thing that I do, right, which is the thing that I do, is I can force at will, you know.
See, it's boring to you and boring to the audience, but the conversation was more productive when you were at the point where you were just describing your high-flying place.
Yeah.
Than when you then are trying to pinpoint or define what to do otherwise. Because now you've moved to another disc in the conversation, and now anything that we say is only about moving you to the higher disc. So since you were already there, why not just stay there? Why not make it complicated? Why not just not get carried away with it? Why not just bask in the alignment and leave it there?
Yes. And the thought, so it's almost like I feel like I'm in front of the authorities, and I want to give in the bad guy, and the bad guy meaning these thoughts that they creep in, that don't put me in that place that for me
All right,
is so easy.
Now feel the difference between how you felt in the high-flying beginning of this conversation and how this conversation feels to you. Can you feel the visceral difference? You can, can't you? Can you feel the visceral difference?
Yes.
So the only thing you need to know about this question is, no matter how brilliant the answer is, and it will be brilliant, it doesn't serve you.
Okay.
It doesn't serve you. In relationship to the high-flying disc, no explanation is ever worth it. Do you realize how unbusy you're going to be for a while? Do you realize how many things you've been spending time doing that you no longer have to spend time doing?
So it's
unsubscribe from all of those lists and all those.
So is that with someone like being that I am, that can so easy navigating in these high energies, so it was that then a habit or old pipe or something that keeps me wanting to look, let me look from here.
Well, yes. However, we want you to understand that from that high-flying disc, it's fun to contemplate. One of the things that Esther enjoys most about a new analogy is then working back through other analogies and seeing how they dovetail with the new analogy, because it just sort of secures your footing all that much more. And so we are never wanting to give you the impression that we don't want you to have step one moments where you are not on that high-flying disc. We want you to have those contemplative moments where you are asking for something to be improved from where you are. We're just today so much wanting to make the point with all of you that you're working too hard at all of this, and that you've put enough into your vortex to keep yourself busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes, and that the paths of least resistance have been carved out on all of those things. And since these things are not relevant, you think they are, but they are not. Since you're not proving worthiness to anyone, so you can give a whole lot of it up. Since you're never going to convince anybody of anything that they don't already understand from the disc that they're already on, then your explanations are sort of irrelevant. There are just a whole lot of going through the motions of life that you are doing that you are not enjoying that much, that if we were you, we would give them up. In other words, if a question is really satisfying, it is really fun. We can feel some of you. Esther enjoys it too when she listens back to the recording. It is really a remarkable thing that this many people can be focused on a topic and stay up to speed with where we are, so much so that when we find the new nugget, you're right there ready to receive it. And it's because you are vibrationally in the vicinity, and when the new nugget is revealed or realized by some, it is realized by most. That's the power of the synergy. That's what the power of influence is, you see. And so you are uplifters. You are uplifters. That's who you are. You were born. Most of you who have come into this gathering have come consciously recognizing that you are teachers to the very core of your being. But what you've come mostly to experience is the realization of your own personal power and the exhilaration of now exercising your own personal power toward the creation of anything that this life can help you to define. And there's just a richness in that that is nearly unspeakable of when you get hold of that realization of who you are and you understand just minimally these laws of the universe, and you acknowledge that the way you feel is your indication of what vibrational point of attraction you've got going on, so that you are able to consciously determine